Hey guys, that's John, and this is Pat. We are surviving on the cheap.
Dun dun dun!
Today we're going to be talking to you about two knives, well, multi-tools. The same one. We both got the same one. It is the little tiny Gerber
Grylls
Mini Multitool or something. It's a pretty generic sounding name. But how much were these?
$10.
Walmart. $10, and first like, oh, that's pretty sweet because it's so tiny.
Yeah.
Like, look at that.
Very compact. Look at that thing.
It's see that? Tiny. It's tiny. It's got a lot of stuff in it, and you're probably like, oh, that's sweet. And I thought so too, and then I didn't think so. But John, why don't you talk about it for a little bit?
All right. So before we get to the negatives, some of the positives, it's got a standard plier on it, which I like.
Nice needle nose going on.
Yeah, it's got a needle nose, and it's got the wire cutters in there. Some of the tools, pretty standard tools. Ow! Ow! Ow!
They're really springy, as you can tell. They spring up real nice.
I've never done that. That hurt really bad.
You just ply yourself?
Yeah. Alright guys, so like I said, you got a really nice looking pair of pliers up in the front. I'm going to say nice looking pair of pliers, not exactly all that functional, but got wire cutters in there, needle nose pliers, a little serrated section for gripping a bolt. And something I actually do really like about this, all the tools are accessed from the outside, other than like in a Leatherman where it has to be open and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so what we got here are a whole crap ton of screwdrivers. So you got your flat bit here with a little, I don't know how that's going to open a bottle, but a bottle opener. Your Phillips head screwdriver, which I know Pat really likes, because it's got this, it looks like a Phillips head screwdriver.
It's really compact. It's like a flattened out Phillips head screwdriver, but it still sort of works.
Very clever. Over here you got your eyeglass screwdriver if you wear eyeglasses. I don't know, I haven't tried it out. I have plastic, so not really any screws in it. But yeah, so you got that, and then this is a pair of tweezers.
So you can get your brows looking all divalicious while you're out in the bush.
Yep. And then blades, on this little tiny multi-tool, you actually have two blades. So you have a fine edge, full fine edge, that came dull as a spoon, and a full serrated rescue rope cutting blade, I guess you could say.
Even though you could just cut your rescue rope with the fine edge.
Yeah, but I mean it's there, so it's fine. In case one of the knives dulls out, you have another one as a secondary. And the way that you know which side the serrated and fine edges are, this side says serrated, and this side says blade.
Oh my god, it's like a revelation.
Magic. Oh yeah, a little lanyard hole in the back, which I use because I like lanyards. Ooh, special.
Now let's talk about some negatives. One, for such a small tool, it's sort of heavy, although it comes with a decent amount, but
it's a multi-tool too, so they're not exactly the lightest thing.
There's just a lot of wasted space, because if you look, like the actual tools themselves here, there's a lot of just space in the middle, which you would think would be for structural support, which you would assume so. But if you notice right here on mine, there's like a little chunk missing that's not missing on this side. Well, that's because the first time using the pliers, I went to open them up, and I squeezed, and this happened.
Yeah.
If you notice...
Why don't you tell them what you were doing to cause that kind of damage?
I was plying something. I was fixing just a little a rivet on my gaiters when we went to Washington, and it literally, I squeezed it once and it just went eh, and that was it. So I went from thinking this was a decent little multi-tool to hating it because it's a piece of junk.
Yep.
I don't really like it.
No, I still like mine just because I think it looks cool, but I don't use it anymore. It just sits in the collection. Actually, it hasn't even been in the collection. It's been out here in the man den for quite a while, just sitting in the cold.
Weathering itself.
Alright, so yeah, so like we said, this thing is pretty unreliable because of how it broke after the first time using it. And if you go on to Amazon and look at the reviews, we didn't buy these on Amazon, we bought them at a store, so we didn't have the luxury of looking at reviews. But I guess that's a very common problem with these, the pliers breaking. Now, if you wanted another Bear Grylls knife, that was also $10, that was also a multi-tool, just didn't have the pliers, which, I mean, I don't use them when I go backpacking. There's really nothing I do that I need a pair of small pliers like that for. So you could go with something like this. This is also a Bear Grylls multi-tool knife. It's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, just a little chunky. But yeah, it's got basically everything that one has, except for a much better screwdriver. I mean, that is a real Phillips head screwdriver. And then it also has an eyeglass screwdriver, which is the same useless little tool. I might sharpen that off, make it into an awl, which is a much more useful tool. A real bottle opener. Actually has a lip on it so you can get underneath, plus another flathead slotted screwdriver. And also a blade, which is far superior to the 2 blades on that. It's a little goofy looking. Pat thinks it looks like the eagle from the Muppets.
Yeah, look at that. You just picture, give it like a little. We'll just put like a picture of the eagle right here. Put it side by side so you can just. Anyways. But
yeah, so this thing came razor sharp. It's still razor sharp. It's got his signature on it, which I hate.
You can just scratch it out if you want.
It's tacky, but whatever. I like the color though. I do like the orange and gray. I think it looks cool.
I don't.
But yeah, so I mean, there's an option of Bear Grylls knife that actually works. I EDC this knife all the time, and I've never had a failure on it. Never had anything go wrong on it, which you can't say about this.
So, as John said, that was one other option, also made by Gerber. And one other option that we were looking into, I was looking into more specifically, it was the Gerber Curve, which is like a little tiny pocket multi-tool. Doesn't have pliers as well, so those can't break on me, which is good. It's just a nice little like convenience tool that's good for ultralighting, I guess, or if you just want to carry something around that doesn't stick out of your pocket 6 feet. Ultralighting. Ultralighting is good for those who are ultralighting. But so John, what's your verdict if you say buy, pass, or is it just junk?
Well, it's definitely junk, but I'm gonna say buy it just because it's cool to add another knife to your collection.
It's only $10.
It's $10. I mean, you really can't find a knife out there for $10. You could find those 2 knives for $10.
That's true. those are both knives.
These are also both Gerber Bear Grylls knives. This is a compact scout. I love it.
Super lightweight. That'll probably appear in a new cheap knives video.
Yep.
Sometime soon, because we both have been picking up a bunch more knives, and Christmas is coming soon too. So, look at that cursor.
I'm like all loaded out right now with pocket knives.
You are, and I have that. Anyways, because it broke on me, I'm going to give it a junk. I say it's junk.
Yep.
Unless you're a hardcore Gerber collector or a hardcore Bear Grylls chub fanatic.
I like his knives. I don't like him.
Yeah, okay.
I think he's a chooch.
He is a chooch.
Ray Mears. Woo!
Let's grab man. Let's grab.
I like them both. Cody Lundeen?
Cody Lundeen.
Meet in the middle.
Right. But
Dave Canterbury.
But I say it's junk. Only get it if you're like a super Gerber or super Bear Grylls fan, because you can get so many better options for the same price or a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
So all in all, that's our opinion on this knife. Just
Yeah.
If you have any questions, comments, protests, anything like that, leave them in the comments below. We love to hear from you guys. We're always pretty quick to get back to you too.
Yep.
Also, in the description, we'll post a link so you can pick up these knives if you want to. Or we'll also post a description to that other Bear Grylls knife you saw, the pocket knife multi-tool. And we'll show you the compact scout if you want to check that out as well. And feel free to check out our website. It's the Climb Survival Gear.
.webs.com.
.webs.com. It's a free website for now because we're just getting up and running. But once we get a few members on it, we'll register that name and start dishing out unnecessary amounts of money for our website.
Yep.
So check it out.
Check it out. It's pretty cool. It's just a place where, where it's going to be like a gathering place for backpackers, a place where you can sell some of your cheap old gear to people who can't afford the expensive new stuff.
Which is good. But yeah. So check those links out. Feel free to subscribe if you like this video or if you like any of our others. And we will see you on the flip side of the flip.
Side.